E-Butter go crazy. E-Butter go crazy.
YouTube! What's good, guys? It's your boy TD, and I'm back again with another video from Fantasy Good Sports, guys. And today's video, guys, is going to be on a mock draft. Yes, guys, on mock draft. And listen, mock draft, the one thing that slows me down from doing a lot of mock drafts, I hate waiting for people to fill up. I understand people got things going on, so I guess, guys, we're going to try to wait a little bit more. I got 4 more spots. So, guys, anybody want to come in and get those 4 more spots? I got the number 2 spot still welcome. I still got the 8, 9, and the 10. So, guys, please, let's say we can go ahead and start this mock. If anybody want to get in, you're welcome to it. You're welcome to it. Yes, sir. Let me shout out some of the people out here in the comment section. Ian Taylor, what's good, bro? He said, TD, it's that time again. Yes, sir, bro. Yes, sir. Dollar Bill, what's up? What's going on, Dollar Bill? He said, bro, I said what I said. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Lindell Morgan, what's up, bro? Hey, loyal subscriber, been here for years. He said, yes, sir. Let's go. What up, my brother? What's good, bro? And I got Ian Taylor in the house. He said, getting that itch. Yes, sir, man. Let's scratch. Let's scratch it. Let's scratch it. And Lindell says, uh-oh. I got CHB in the building. I got CHB in the building. He says, "Oh, it's time. It's mock draft time." Yes, sir, guys. Loyal subscriber, been with me for a long time. I appreciate you, bro. Okay, we got 3 more spots, guys. We got 3 more spots. Fantasy Football Ninja, what's up, bro? Glad to see you here, guys. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. We got, yes, sir, 3 more spots, guys. Hit the subscribe button. This is cutting edge content. And again, guys, when I say cutting edge, that means I go off my eyes. I don't go off numbers. Now, listen, I do use numbers to help confirm my eyes. But I always go to the baseball analogy. You know, if anybody watch baseball, there are managers that go with the feel of the game. And then there's managers that go with the algorithm, with analytics. That means if you get to 110 pitches, they automatically taking you out. That's what the number says. That's what the algorithm says. And you got coaches like Dusty Baker. He going with the field. And I'm a Dusty Baker type of guy. I'm going with the field. I'm a Pete Carroll type of guy. I'm going with the field. And he says, you're a huge inspiration to my channel, bro. Yes, sir. Thank you, Fantasy Football Ninja. Yes, sir, bro. Maybe I can bring you on. Bro. We can do some lives together. He said, let's fill it up, y'all. Yes, sir. Let's get it going. You still got 3 more spots. I'm going to give it a little bit more time, guys. I'm not going to hold everybody up. What up, bro? What's up, Nifty? What's going on? B Lake says, YouTube. Let's go, baby. Yes, sir. He says, and Fantasy Football Ninja says, I appreciate your perspective. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Yes, sir. So let me see, guys. Let me show y'all the board real quick. Extra camera. See, share screen. Share screen. All right. Window. Just Ninja is cool. I got you, bro. All right, I'm going to go to this screen real quick. I'm going to share this screen real quick. Let me see if I can find a couple more people, guys, to get this spot filled. Let me see. Draft. There you go. Okay. Let me see. Okay. So we got 1 more spot, guys. We got 1 more spot. We got 1 more spot left. Yes, sir, guys. Y'all welcome. I like to fill up because I want the real. CHB said, let's lock down all these spots, people. It's all fun. Iron sharp as iron. Yes, sir. All right. We done. Let's go. No spots left. Let's go. All right, let me change the screen. Yep. Let me change the screen real quick. Let's go. All right, let's go, guys. All right, you on the clock, bruh. CHB. Now listen, guys, it's single quarterback league. Only way I'm gonna take a quarterback, I love to take a quarterback at the 110, 111, 112. If I was those guys, if I could go and package Pat Mahomes or Travis Kelce, I would do that. Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, I maybe do that. I know it's single quarterback league, but in my scoring system where I got bonuses for first downs, rushing first downs, carries, big plays, 40-yard plays, 50-yard plays, all of that, I love quarterbacks in my single quarterback league. That's why I always tell y'all, I don't tell y'all what to do a lot because I know it's always different. I know it's always different for everybody in their leagues. But don't ever, hey, the league is changing. Remember, I said it first. There's nothing wrong with going quarterbacks in the first round now because those guys stay healthy more. Quarterbacks stay healthy. Justin Jefferson, I love those first two picks are consensus. I think they're picks. I love the Cooper Kupp pick. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love that Cooper Kupp pick right there. Bam, good job. He don't want no sloppy seconds, wide receivers. Let me see if I wanted to pause it, could I do it? If I want to, okay, yeah, I can pause the draft. I might pause the draft if I need to break something. I'm not going to be doing it that much. Good job, Pick'ems. Okay, so who I'm going right here? Oh, me. My what you call it is down. Who I'm going right here? Yes, sir. That's who I'm going right there. I'm going Amara. I love Amara. I don't want no running back in the first round. If I was gonna go running back, I'd have went Bijan. I went Bijan. Nick Chubb. I like that Nick Chubb pick. To me, I could have went Nick Chubb, but I'm not going Nick Chubb right here. I want somebody who's gonna be reliable, who can stay healthy. Nick Chubb probably gonna stay healthy. Christian McCaffrey is not a bad pick. I just don't want running backs. This is just my strategy. Guys, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content. This is also tight end premium. Also tight end premium. Also tight end premium. And y'all look at it. Don't be looking at my Q, guys. Don't be cheating. Don't be looking at my QQ. Don't be looking at my QQ. Saquon Barkley. Okay, that's a little early, but I know we gonna package. He went Saquon Diggs. Okay. 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 See, I'm teaching y'all that this is that Q game. This is my Q game. You don't put everybody in your queue. You put certain players in your queue. The guys that you really want. I appreciate everybody being here, guys. I appreciate everybody being here. Jonathan Taylor, I see. Nice. Gary Wilson, Derek. Let me see who I'm going here. Who I'm going here. Who I'm going here. See, I like Lamar, but I want to teach y'all this is for everybody. You see how I went quarterback first, and then look at I got Pat Mahomes and Amon-Ra. I didn't get no sloppy second wide receiver. I didn't get no sloppy second running back. And even tight ends. It's too early to get the tight end that I want. I'm not getting no Mark Andrews. Now, if I had Lamar, if it was super flex and I had Lamar, I might think about getting Mark because it's tight end premium. But I'm not getting no sloppy seconds. So I got the best quarterback, and I feel like I got one of the top wide receivers that can push for the top. That can push these other top wide receivers. Yes, sir. I wasn't gonna let you get it, bro. Be late 23 crazy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what you got to do. You got to go ahead and you got to get the best players on the board. You got to get the best players on. Listen, I like Lamar, but I want to show y'all because I'm not just going to go get and cherry pick my guy. But if this was me, like I was just doing me, I would have went on and got Lamar. That's what I would have got. But like I said, don't get sloppy seconds. And I love that old boy was trying to go get a quarterback in the second round, even though this is a single quarterback. Most times you went to see quarterbacks go off the board into about third or fourth round. But quarterbacks score too high for you to be waiting on. They the highest scores. I feel you. I see you, Brian. Brian says, I got Chase and Kelsey at the turn in a redraft superflex, game over. Wow. Nice. Nice. All right, let me get my cue right. I'm in here. Let me get my cue right. Let me get my cue right. Let me get my cue right. My cue game right. My cue game right. My cue game right. I gotta be careful too. Y'all gonna be trying to snipe me too, man. I know y'all boys. I know y'all boys. Y'all gonna be trying to snipe me too on my cue game. Yes, sir. And guys, I'm gonna tell you something else. I haven't did a video on it. I like Devontae Smith over AJ Brown. Now listen, I'm not saying AJ Brown is no top liver. AJ Brown is a top 5 potential wide receiver. But I think Devontae Smith is going to out-target him this year. AJ Brown still going to have the big plays, but Devontae Smith is the young guy that can handle a lot of work. They want to save AJ Brown for the playoffs. So Devontae Smith is going to get more work in the regular season. I said what I said. I think Devontae Smith can can have more PPR points than AJ. Not bigger plays, but have more catches. Yes, sir. CHB said, here comes the boom. Yes, sir, Devont. He says, Ninja says, Devontae Smith worked between the 20s. AJ Brown, red zone. I agree. I agree. I like that, Fantasy Football Ninja. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. CHB said, bro, so close to Kelsey and Mahomes stack. I know, bro. He was high. He said, man, this man stopped my Mahomes and Kelsey stack. CHB said, no, Tyreek is gone. Yes, sir. All right, let me get ready. Let me get ready here. Ramondre, that I love my Ramondre. I want it Ramondre right here. I want it Ramondre right here. The running backs is getting off the board, guys. Y'all see that? The running backs are getting off the board right here. It's not a lot of running backs. Not a lot of running backs. Tight end premium, where I'm going. Tight end premium, where am I going? CAB said, I got that Lamar Andrews stat. Yes, sir. I see you, bro. I see you. Yes, sir. I see you. Joe Burrow. Okay. Where I'm going right here. I'm going to get my boy DK. I'm going to get my boy DK. Boom. I'm going for that boom. I'm going for that boom. Yes, sir. Let me see here. Oh, he got him. I'm going to call that one of the best picks so far in the draft. The Trevor Lawrence in number 3. I'm taking Trevor Lawrence over Joe Burrow. I'm taking Trevor Lawrence over Josh Allen. Now, listen, I'm not drafting. If I'm in a super flex, I'm not going to draft Trevor Lawrence. Now, in the starter, I'm drafting Trevor Lawrence. If I got to go quarterback, even if I got to take him 1 overall, I'm doing that. But I'm more of a Lamar guy. But I think Trevor's a better prospect to me than Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts right now. Those guys can be injury prone. I don't think Trevor Lawrence is injury prone. And everybody is injury prone to a certain extent, even Lamar Jackson. I'm not going to act like he ain't. I like Trevor. I think Trevor's going to have a breakout season. Aladdin, what up, bruh? What's going on, bruh? Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, guys. Yes, sir. Look at that running back room. Guys, I don't want to give up too much, so I'm going to talk a little bit later because I don't want guys to steal. It doesn't really matter, but I'm still not going running back. Reason why? Because I know some targets that I want, and that people might snipe me from, and that's okay. I just got sniped. My boy took Christian Watson from me. Look at there. Look at there. That's who I was going to go. I was going to go Christian Watson. But watch this move. I don't want no T. Higgins. I don't want no Amari Cooper. Calvin, really, it would be okay. He would be okay, but I'm still on no D Hop, no Terry McLaurin, Drake London right here. But let me make sure. I think I'm going Drake London right here. I'm not touching Kenneth Walker, Breach Hall, Travis Etienne, Aaron Jones, J.K. I do like Damian, but I just can wait because there's other guys that I like that at the running back room. There's other guys that I like. And I already got my quarterback. Tight end, I'm fine with. It's other tight ends that I want. So I'm going Drake London right here. I'm not touching DJ Moore Terry. That's just me. That's just me. So look, this is what I like to go do sometimes. Fuck, I can find it. I like to look at my team, but it won't show it to me on here. On this roster. Let me see. There we go. Look at that. Amon-Ra, DK, Drake. Those are alpha guys. Appreciate it, bro. Thank you, Ninja. He said he liked that London pick. Appreciate that. Yep, my boy Pickham's in the house. Guys, go follow him on TikTok. He does a lot of good bets. He's very knowledgeable in football. Very knowledgeable in sports overall. Very knowledgeable. My boy Bam Bam, he's in a couple of my listener leagues. Guys, you should sign up for my OnlyFans. You get in those listener leagues for free. If not, it's a $5 fee to get in my listener leagues. $5 fee to get in my listener leagues. But Bam Bam is in them. Who else? Who else is in them? CHB is in them. Mike, I like Ridley, but I believe that Trevor Lawrence is going to be spreading the ball around. I don't think he's going to hyper-target Calvin Ridley like Jared Goff is going to hyper-target Amon-Ra. Now, I'm not putting Amon-Ra against Ridley. I'm just saying, for me to take Ridley where he's going, I don't want to take him there because I don't believe he's going to dominate every week. I could be wrong. The guy has the cachet to do it. He has the skill set to do it. I need to see it first. I believe there's a lot of good weapons. I like Zay Jones. I like Christian Kirk. I like, let me see. I like Evan Ingram. I like Travis Etienne. I like Tanks Bigsby. I like a lot of weapons on this team. So I don't think nobody's going to get peppered or bombarded with targets. That's the only thing that I would say about that. And again, guys, I got Patty. I got Patty. I got Patty with Drake London. Kenneth Walker, the first auto pick. First auto pick. It's okay. Hopefully he come back in the game. Let me see. CHB, you got a nasty team. You got Lamar and Justin Jefferson on the same team at the same time. At the same time. Yeah, I agree with him. He murdered. Hey, I ain't gonna take his shine, but he learned how to pick. He knew, hey, he knows football, but that's exactly what I would have did, bro. I wouldn't have had Mark Andrews. I would have had Lamar and Justin Jefferson. And I probably would have had somebody else. I probably would have had let me see who else. I probably would have had Ramondre right there. I probably would have had Ramondre right there. Who else? DK. Yeah, great. You killing it, bro. He is. His team is nasty. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Guys, make sure you hit the like button as you come in. This is cutting edge content. Yes, sir. Let me see where I'm going next. Nice. George Kittle. George Kittle. Right. Guys, if anybody want to come up, I'm gonna share the link to this what you call it. If anybody want to come up, you're welcome to it and talk about your team. Big Pick'em's on the board. Yes, sir. And what with ETN and Aaron Jones? I don't know about that. I wouldn't have. I'm not saying that I go hurt. I see you got Josh Cone in the building. What's going on with you, bro? I went to school with him. What's going on, Josh? Appreciate you, bro. You've been showing support for the last couple of years. I appreciate that. All right. Pick'em stole Ayuk. You stole Ayuk from me. I got to. Taking Dameon Pierce. My zero RB. What I get my first running back in the 5th round. Dameon Pierce, a starting running back in the 5th round. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that, Cone. Okay, I got my first homie coming in the channel. What's up? Josh said, always have your back. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. Hey, what's up? I got to make my next pick really quick. Give me a second.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
What it is?
What's good, bro?
Yeah, I just show my face. Sorry for the bright light. Hold on, let me adjust myself 1 second.
You good, man. This is Fantasy Good Sports. We keep it real here. We ain't worried about all the aesthetics.
I hear, but I gotta be, I'm on camera, so I gotta be on point. Gotta be HD.
Right. I got you.
Hold up 1 second. I think it would be this bright. God dang. Okay. All right. Yeah, I came on so I could defend them 2 picks. Look, they would have had to because I was gonna take Ken Walker, but he got auto drafted. I'm like, dang.
Right.
So I all right, let me at least I know ETN and Aaron Jones can get PPR points. They may not run the ball a lot, but they do get catches in traffic. So I'm looking like there. So I'm like, all right, let me kind of be dynamic a little bit with this. There's a method to my madness with them 2 picks.
It is. Those are PPR satellite backs.
Exactly.
PPR satellite backs, and they can stay a little bit more healthy because they're not going to be really bail count as much. So I get what you're saying. Me, I'd have kept with the wide receivers because there was still a lot of good wide receiver top that I believe in. And I would have waited because I believe I like other running backs, but you like those guys. That's why what makes fantasy different, man. That don't mean it's wrong. It's just that what I would have done. So I'm not gonna sit here and try to say that's a bad move. Your team is nasty. I love the Lamar Jackson that you read right there in the third round. You got a killer value with Lamar in the third round. But as y'all see, guys, do y'all see how early the quarterbacks are going now? Where if you'd have seen this, 2 years ago, the quarterbacks would have been going off the board right now in single quarterback league. And I think that's huge. What you think about your team so far, Ninja?
Still there?
Yeah, you probably lagging a little bit. It could be the Wi-Fi.
Yeah. It be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
And, Josh Cohen said, trying to get all pretty for fantasy draft. Laughing my ass off. I feel you, bro. I feel you. I got you. Wish I would have gotten into this. I know that's all right. We're gonna get into some. What's going on with you, Ninja?
Yeah, hey, what's up, Fantasy Good? Appreciate you having me on, man. I usually like going wide receiver heavy, but I guess since it's the tight end premium, we're gonna get some early tight ends here, and I think both of them are gonna have high volume. Kyle Pitts is a little bit of a risk, more so than Hawkinson. But Hawkinson, he was only 6 catches short of like catching up with Travis Kelce last year, and he transitioned teams going from the Lions to the Vikings and still turned out to be, top 5, top 4 tight end. Cousins made Jordan Reed, a tight end number 1 2 years in a row. So I think an offseason with Kirk Cousins, TJ Hawkinson's a really good value here.
Right.
And then Jonathan Taylor, I'm hoping he can be a top 5 running back. And if not, I'm thinking, I'll just tell you guys what I'm thinking of doing near the end. I don't think anybody thinks about drafting Evan Hull, really. But I'm thinking last picks, getting an Evan Hull and handcuffing that. And Evan Hull, I'm optimistic. Evan Hull, I feel the vibe of like a Tony Pollard, Austin Eckler arc for Evan Hull in the best case scenario. Worst case scenario, he's like a Chris Thompson or something,
Right.
But
I can respect that.
And then with Jahmyr Gibbs, I think Gibbs is just going to get the opportunities. I love the volume, so I'm not going to go running back for a good bit here. And I'm giving away my strategy, but just start adding up wide receivers here, and I have 2 steady tight ends that'll get volume like receivers too.
Agreed. I agree with you on that one. I mean, look, you had a good strategy. You have a good strategy with everything what you're doing right there, because I was looking at Gibbs, and as soon as you got him, like, dang, okay, he messed up my whole plan, so I had to kind of readjust a bit. But I mean, the next pick was supposed to be Christian Watson, but I see Zach took him before I could get a chance to get him, because that was gonna be the next pick. I thought you
could tell. Right. And I can tell y'all guys watching my channel, because you snapping me on guys I know I could have got. Like Christian Watson, I thought he could have lasted to me if CHB don't take him. And I know Jahan Dotson. Zach Seaman, that was a great pick. I like Jahan Dotson. I got sniped from him too. So, but
same.
It's still plenty of guys on here. And I love that you waiting on quarterback, because what you saying, I'm not getting a sloppy second quarterback. And guys, y'all know what I mean when I say sloppy seconds. If everybody has already been picked a lot of guys, we'll go somewhere else and get a guy that's on a different tier. Don't get guys that's on lower tiers and just to get, because I need a running back here. No, I'm good. So long, especially with quarterback. In this single quarterback, it can't kill you. You can stream a guy and win a fantasy football championship. Some people streamed Dobbs last year and won a championship.
I won a championship with Minshew at quarterback, so anything's possible.
Right.
Anything's possible.
Right.
It is.
Bro? Thank you, Matt. What's up, bro? Yep. I agree.
Somebody took the Alvin Cook pick. Dang, okay. I thought he was going to last a little later in the last few rounds, because he ain't on the team right now, but he could pay off.
Right.
Oh, my turn's going to come up.
Right. I wanted to get Dodson right here. I didn't want to go tight end, but I went on and that was the best play on the board according to other guys that I like. That's gonna be like I can draft later, so I wasn't gonna overdraft. That's the thing. I don't want to overdraft some of the guys, some of the sleepers that I like. David Njoku being tight end premium, it moved him up over some of the guys that I like. So this
Right.
is tight end premium. So that's why you might go tight end. So when you went Hawkinson and Pitts, actually I'm not big on Hawkinson. I think he's good, but because of Justin Jefferson, it is a cheat code because he's going to get single covered every time. He's never going to see double coverage. I don't think he's a world beater, but you don't have to be when you have weapons around you like Addison and Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, it's a tough one right here. It's a tough one because I can pivot so many ways, but I don't know. All right, this might be a bit of a reach, but I might have to do it because I don't know. This draft is a little complicated here. You know what?
Yes, sir.
Y'all might not like this, but hey, I believe in these guys. So here we go.
Get your guy.
Nothing wrong with that, bro. Go draft your boy.
So they
Who
can
was
pull,
it? George Pickens and Traylon Burks. Nice.
got the nice little receiving core. Got to get the young dudes that might get a lot of opportunities right there.
Right.
I know Traylon Burks going to be a problem.
Right. But guys, let me ask y'all something about George Pickens. Guys, he's a great real life player.
Right.
But in fantasy, is he going to get 8 to 9 targets and be like a top 12 guy, or is he just going to catch big plays, like be like a big catcher at big times for the Pittsburgh Steelers?
The thing I like about George Pickens, he could either be a PPR monster or he can be a big boom player because looking at them last 2 games he had with Kenny Pickett, they have a good connection already. And I feel like Kenny Pickett's going to look at him first, kind of like how Big Ben used to look at Antonio Brown first before anybody else. Because Kenny Pickett, he's going to make a big leap this year. That's how I feel. And I feel like him and Pickett's coming together is just going to be a problem. Like they're just going to be they're going to be together for at least 7 years at least. Because depending on how the contracts go, it could go anyway. But just look at him. I know you're a big fan of Calvin Austin, but I feel like Pickens is still the alpha. Because the way he was playing with like a Trubisky, Mason Rudolph, he was still putting up numbers.
Right.
I say why not?
Right. Yeah. How do you feel about him, Ninja?
I love George Pickens, the player. I just don't think that offense is going to provide enough opportunities consistently. Because they're it's a Tomlin team, man. Run the ball with your first round pick. Kenny Pickett is still really young for a quarterback. He wasn't that good of a rookie QB. He gives us hope, but and a leap towards the right direction is still him throwing like about 20 plus touchdowns or something like that this season. So I think, and near the end of the season, he did show a good connection with Pickens, but he was throwing less than like 30 passes a game. I want to go towards like pass heavy offenses for the receivers. I understand Pickens is really talented and really good, but the defense is healthier too, so the games will be closer and not as much like a shootout style type of game.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, but I feel like, between Lamar and his receiving connections, and then of course you got the Bengals, and then you got Deshaun Watson there with that team coming on the way they are, they're going to have to throw the ball. They're not going to be able to run the ball all the time. And I feel like Tomlin knows that because, you can run the ball there now, but if you look up Joe Burrow throw 400 yards on you, you're not going to run the ball. If you don't have enough time to run the ball, they're putting up, 50 points on y'all, you're going to run the pass. And I feel like Tomlin knows that. That's why he's getting all those receivers around Kenny Pickett to be able to do things.
No, exactly. And I really feel this year is a big year to decide, for Mac Jones, for Kenny Pickett and Jordan Love succeeding these Hall of Fame quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers, Ben Roethlisberger, and Tom Brady.
Right.
2 of these 3 are going to fail most likely and not be that good of a successful QB succeeding a Hall of Fame quarterback. Right. So, and I want all 3 of them to do great, but chances are they won't. But you never know. Fantasy is weird like that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. That 1 year, no one thought Ryan Tannehill was going to be a top 10 quarterback, but he did. No one saw that coming.
Right. Dude, Matt Schaub was a top 10 quarterback. Like, you can get a top 10 quarterback out of somebody's that's not that talented, really.
Exactly.
You can. The only thing And listen, you could be right. He could be a top 12 wide receiver this year. Max says he's an alpha, and he tells me we work together, and he always tells me that. And I'm not gonna disrespect it and say he can't. But to me, I like Pat Freiermuth and I like Najee. So what is that gonna leave for George Pickens? Not and I like he said, this is a Mike Tomlin team. He's gonna run the ball. So and also I also like Calvin Austin, but Calvin Austin is not gonna take targets from George Pickens. But I don't feel like Pickens is so much value around where he's going. The guys that I feel like is going to be targeted. I'd rather have Mike Evans over George Pickens because Mike Evans is a number one player on his team. They're going to get hyper targeted. So Pickens to me is not going to get enough targets because I think Pat Freiermuth could out target him. People are sleeping on Pat Freiermuth. So I just that's the only thing. I don't think Pickens is a bad player. I just don't think this team is built around him getting targeted a bunch of times.
Mm. We'll have to see how the season plays out. Like I see your point on it. I can see how you can look at it. I just got this weird feeling like they're going to surprise a lot of people.
Right. I understand that. I'm not listen, bro. You could be right. I ain't gonna sit here and act like what I'm saying is right. Just my opinion, and I always tell y'all like and you always do the hey man, it's just opinions, and that's how fantasy is. And at the end of the day, we can find out who was right by like as the season go on. But no player is never a bad player. Anybody can break out, man. I've seen crazy stuff happen.
Exactly.
That's why when people say, man, that's a crazy pick. Like those people to me in fantasy, that's I don't think you can put you good at fantasy because if you just want to get all the top consensus guys, there's no way you're gonna win a fantasy championship. Yeah, Gibson got sniped from me.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yes, Seaman going off.
I see. He taking all of our picks.
Right. He is.
Took my Christian Watson pick. Took my Johan Dotson.
Darren Waller.
James Cook.
Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
Yeah, Max says AB and Juju was in Tomlin offense and they got off. That's true. But I don't think Kenny Pickett is ready for that type of value yet. But he could be. Let me make my pick real quick.
There's a lot of value I see right there. You got a lot of choices.
You know it.
Oh, wait, who do you get? Who do you get? Oh, you would do that.
Yes, sir.
I was like, wait a minute. I said, all right, let me look at AJ Dillon. Oh, wait a minute. Yo.
Yes, sir.
Right. I just got sniped.
Yo, I might have reached a little bit with A-Rich there. I didn't think he was going to fall back to me around later, and I wanted to definitely get him paired up with JT there. They're going to be the number one rushing offense this season, I think.
I can see that.
Thank you. So this is a great teaching moment. I love what you said, Ninja. Hey, this is y'all guys can play fantasy. I'm talking about even the guys inside the mock. This is great. I told people last year that Kyler Murray and James Conner was a stack. And they were like, nobody never heard nobody call a quarterback and a running back a stack. But that's a stack. And you got Jonathan Taylor and A-Rich. That means you're getting all those rushing touchdowns there. So if A-Rich, JT, you still getting it. So no matter how it comes, if Jonathan Taylor want to give you 10 points, who cares? That means Anthony Richardson must have gave you 25 or 30. So I love that. That's what I've been trying to tell people. And they think I'm talking crazy. You can stack quarterbacks and running quarterbacks and running backs. You can stack them together. I'm big on that this year. So yeah, man, I think that's a great pick with Anthony Richardson, knowing you already got Jonathan Taylor. Great pick, Ninja.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm not concerned about the inaccuracies of Anthony Richardson. He's going to be a rookie, but he's got receivers that got tremendous arm length, and they go up and grab the ball, even if it's a little inaccurate. I mean, they try to make Matt Ryan look good. I don't think he's going to be that. A-Rich is going to be that bad. The head coach, the OC, is just going to tell him, you throw it to Michael Pittman on this play. Okay, that's all you have to damn do. You don't have to think. You either hand it off or throw it to Michael Pittman. And I think that's going to be, if he throws interceptions, so what? We're getting rushing touchdowns. We're getting rushing yards. Like, he could be a bad real life football player, but an amazing fantasy football player.
Facts.
Agree, 100. But this is what I would say. I think Alec Pierce is the pick. Reason why I don't have to take Michael Pittman this early. And what would you say is Anthony Richardson's strong suit throwing the ball? What would you say, Ninja?
Probably deep, right? Throwing the deep ball.
And who you think is a better deep route? Runs a better deep route of Michael Pittman or Alec Pierce?
I mean, Michael Pittman's just such a great, like, he'll anything, man. He's got a great route tree. He'll go up and get it if he's not faster than the guy, across from him. But like Michael Pittman's like an alpha, so. But Alec Pierce is going to most likely be running those vertical routes, and they're going to use Michael Pittman and the slants and hooks and outside throws and stuff like that.
And Michael Pittman is a great jump ball wide receiver where you throw it up and he's going to jump up like a Mike Williams and snag it. But I don't know if Anthony Richardson is ready for those type of throws yet, and they're going to do that. I think it's going to be like throw it out there as far as you can and run under it. And I think that's good for a young quarterback to have a speed guy that can separate. That's my opinion. But you're right. Michael Pittman is good. If Anthony Richardson gets better with his accuracy, Michael Pittman going to be beast in corners because he's bigger than 95% of the corners in the league.
I mean, good luck trying to figure out that RPO slant play, man. Where is JT going to run it? Is A. Rich going to run it? Or is he going to throw it as the linebacker step up and make the completion to Michael Pittman there? That's a deadly trio, dude.
Right. Let me ask you about this trade that I did, Ninja, and also you too, CHB. I traded Jonathan Taylor for Antonio Gibson and A.J. Dillon. Was that a bad trade?
You said Jonathan Taylor for Antonio Gibson and A.J. Dillon?
Mm-hmm.
That could go more in your favor. Because you get a like a 2-for-1 special. Yeah, you got rid of Jonathan Taylor, but AJ Dillon is known for getting touchdowns, and Gibson, he's like a do-it-all back, almost satellite back. And like you said, with Eric Bieniemy there, he's going to get the best out of Gibson.
Right.
So
that's why I did it. Yep. I want to get more. So to me, and I'm teaching y'all my sauce. I'm giving y'all the sauce right here. This is for my OnlyFans, but I'm gonna give it to you. Mm-hmm. Guys, you know how you win fantasy football championships with running backs? You got to finagle them. If you look, Cam Akers was a top 5 running back in the championship weeks.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, having a number 1 guy like Josh Jacobs didn't outperform Cam Akers down the stretch. So the more guys that you got that can come in and plug and play is how you win. That's how I like to play. So I wasn't going, come on, Jonathan Taylor, I need 25 points every week. I don't like doing that. I like being able to have volume of guys that I feel like can pick up as the season going on, and that's why I made the trade. Also, I had an older team too. It was front loaded, so I needed more depth. Yeah.
Agreed. So my last 2 picks might be a little controversial, but I look at value. As you can see, I took Michael Thomas and Kamara back to back, like kind of another stack I did, because I feel like I know Michael Thomas, he's been injury prone for the past few years, but this could be one of those risks you take a little late. Like, hey, this could pay off to the point where if Michael Thomas plays the whole season, especially him and Derek Carr, because like you said about Olave, you like him, but not the guy that you would say he's going to take over like you thought he'd think he would. But if Thomas actually healthy, he could really go back to the old form. And Derek Carr does know how to get people the ball between him having Amari Cooper and Michael Crabtree in the past. So he can get people the ball when necessary. That's what you were thinking about that one video it was Michael Crabtree and Cooper.
Right, yep, it was Crabtree.
Right, and I know that Derek Carr knows that he's going to use all his weapons because this is probably going to be, I might say, one of his better receiving corps now if Michael Thomas stays healthy for the whole season. Not to mention you still have Rashid Shaheed as well waiting in the wings. And then if Kamara doesn't get suspended, watch out. Right. That's a check down machine right there.
Right. And it's a lot of mouths to feed on an offense.
Right. So I'm looking like I got the 2 alphas right there.
Right. I love that Michael Thomas pick. Bro, you got to kill a team. See, people sleeping on Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas can be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. So Dollar Bill says, so you saying he can't read a defense? I'm not saying that. Listen, bro, all young quarterbacks, you got to give them time to adjust. That's all I'm saying. Anybody, Jalen Hurts can read the defense. Lamar Jackson can. I would never say African American quarterback can't read the defense. That's not what I'm saying. But you're a rookie. Ain't nobody coming in. He can't read the defense like no Peyton Manning. And I don't want to be out of context, but that's all I'm saying. So I like to develop my quarterbacks as they go. Like, you got to give them time to develop. Joe Burrow had to develop. Every quarter, Pat Mahomes, he sat behind guys. You have to develop. So yeah, Anthony Richards can read the defense. That's why they took him, because he's a very smart player.
I wasn't saying he can't read a defense. I just know a lot of people are trying to be bearish on him because of how overhyped he may be becoming. But guys, we never seen an athlete like this before at quarterback. We have no clue what to predict. But if he's if he can just run the ball, like if we just say worst case scenario and he can just do good at running the ball, he's going to be like a top 15, top 10 quarterback at the position in fantasy just for running.
Oh, and then
I'm gonna have to get you in some of my leagues, bro. You gas. You done took my boy Zay Flowers.
I was going for Zay Flowers next too. I was going to,
and there's not that much risk taking him either. You get him like for now, like before the preseason comes along, getting him like this late is a value. He's going to get overhyped after the preseason, and people are like, "Oh, okay, he passes well enough, right?" And then his value will go up. And then, you draft in the last round Gardner Minshew just to cover your bases if you want. I don't know if I would be handcuffing him. I just pick up whatever in a one quarterback league. I just pick up whatever's on the waiver wire left there. But
I'm still not a big fan of Minshew, but I get what you're saying. He has his moment where he can go off. I get it.
Right. Josh Cohn said Olave is that guy. What you have to say about Olave, Ninja? Well, go ahead, CHB. Go ahead. What you think about Olave?
Well, I did touch on it a few moments ago when I was talking Michael Thomas.
You did.
I mean, I'll say this. Olave, I'm trying to say this thought out. So Olave, to me, he can be a number one, but I still look at him as a number two receiver, because I don't feel like he will change the game where it's like, when a game is online, who you want to get it to versus like somebody like a Christian Watson or like, you throw him the ball, he's going to go off, and like just throw it up, he's going to go over and get it. Olave to me is more like if I can compare him to somebody, he to me is I can't think of his name right now. A lower end Chris Godwin.
Okay.
Like it's like Chris Godwin is like, okay, he's great, but you're not going to say he's going to change the whole game in a matter of seconds. But he's somebody that you need to watch. Versus Michael Thomas, if he's healthy, he can really. I know they call him slant boy and everything, but that's because Drew Brees had those slants all day. But I know what he can do.
Right.
If that's a fair assessment.
Right. It is.
Yeah, I feel like I could see. I mean, Chris Godwin earns targets, right? And he could be a top 10 or has been like a kind of top 10, top 12 type of receiver. Mm-hmm. I like that in the range of outcomes for Chris Olave. I don't know if he has that wide receiver one overall potential, especially if Michael Thomas and the other weapons are healthy on that offense. So I see where you're coming from. Like he's just so damn good, though, man. That guy is really good.
Right. I'm not saying anything like I'm not saying he sucks or anything like that. I'm definitely not saying he's not somebody I would say, I gotta go get him, or I got a game plan against him.
Right.
And it's different. And so I agree. I think this is what CHB is saying. And I'm saying the same thing. Olave could be a top 7 wide receiver. He could be top 5. I wouldn't be shocked. But he's not. Sometimes the guys that I don't want to draft, I'm not saying they suck. I just don't want them on my team. I think he's a smaller guy. I don't think he's an Amon-Ra St. Brown. I don't think he's tough, but I think he's a great route runner. And sometimes, I don't know, like Devontae Smith, kind of why people take A.J. Brown over Devontae Smith. He's just not an alpha to me. I think where his ADP is at, it's a lot of other guys that I would rather take. But don't get it twisted. I would take Olave if he falls to the right spot for me. I'll take him. But he gonna have to fall way down, and I probably won't get him there.
I think he is. There was a moment that he got a concussion on a receiving touchdown, or something, and
Right.
he didn't even care about his own health. He was looking at the screen and kept lifting up his arms. He's like, touchdown, touchdown. Like, the guy's a baller. He cares about the game so much. He's not even caring about his like mental health from the concussion that he got. He got like knocked out
Right.
in that.
Right.
So, but yeah, I think he is like on the smaller end. He isn't as like a yak type of guy either, like as a Jalen Waddle or Jahan Dotson or something like that, you know.
Right. That's the point. You said it. I like yak guys. I like big plays. I think that when you fantasy football weeks.
Agreed. Oh yeah. By the way, Tyler Algier is being slept on way too much, if you ask me.
I think so too.
Because
definitely.
That man was like really 1,000-yard rusher in that offense. And they said, "Oh, Bijan's here, so Tyler Algier ain't gonna do anything." I'm like, nah, they know what they got in Tyler Algier. There's no way they're not gonna use that man the way he used. Like, I still feel like they can be both 1,000-yard receivers, and heck, even they might find a way to throw Cordell Patterson in there. I'm afraid of that because that means I know Cordell Patterson going to get some touches taken away from Algier or Bijan, but it is what it is. I mean, Arthur Smith, he may not make the best plays, but when it comes to making run plays, he finds a way to make it work. I will give him that.
Right.
Yeah, I mean they have so many rushing opportunities. Algiers and Bijan are gonna feast, man. They got a strong young duo of running backs there. They know what they got with Algier. You're right, man. They just because they got Bijan doesn't mean they think less of Algier. It's just they want to have a stout running back room that they can just keep pounding the ball away and keep setting up that play action.
And it'll keep Bijan fresh. Maybe extend his career longer. They both of them
exactly, man.
Because that way he'll not get ran to the ground as much.
Right.
And Arthur Smith already said that there's only one Derrick Henry that you like, you know, type of running back that you just feed the ball nonstop to, like that. So let me make this pick here.
Go ahead. Also, he said, Josh Cohn says, never seen an athlete like this. Vic comes to mind, bro. He had legs, but had a heck of an arm. I think he might have been talking about Olave. And Dollar Bill says, sleeper alert, Calvin Austin III. My oldest son played with him at Memphis. Yes, I've been on him. I love Calvin Austin. I love Calvin Austin. And also, Josh Cohn says he's a number one. I disagree, but opinions are great. Yes, I understand.
Yeah, I mean, look, it definitely all opinions are great. I mean, listen, I was laughed at for saying Christian Watson was going to be in my other league. That Christian Watson was going to be a top receiver last year, and people laughed at me. They looked at him towards the end of the season like, "Oh, dang, he was right." But the funny thing, you got laughed at. So yeah, like everybody has opinions. Everybody's player could go off or they could not go off. That's the thing of fantasy. You just never know what can happen.
Right. I agree.
Let's see. Dang, Nico Collins gone. Dang, okay. Of course, you will get Daniel Jones. Okay.
Yep. That's going to be trade bait for later on in the season. I couldn't leave that value out there.
Yeah, a lot of. Dang, Geno gone. Dang, Geno and Thielen. Dang, those were my next two targets.
I think the Houston Texans got a pretty interesting playoff schedule, man. The type of teams that they're playing in, and it's in dome environments. Maybe CJ Stroud starts picking up the pass a little bit near the end of the season, and
think about that.
Nico and Mechie and Tank Dell maybe start showing up, or Schultz or whatever. But I think there's some optimism right there towards the end of the season for the Houston Texans. They may have like a really tough start, but D'Amico Ryans is going to get those boys like on, turning it around. They're the next Lions. They're like that tough-nosed defensive team that's going to build like a good offense as well. But yeah,
right. Good point. I didn't think about it like that. And of course, D'Amico is that guy, so he has a lot of leash. In a good way. Like they're going to really give him all the chance to succeed. I'll give him that.
Right. Love your insight on that. love your insight on that. Yeah. I love somebody took Adam Thielen. I like Adam Thielen. I'm thinking about taking Mingo right here or Romeo Dobbs. But love your insight on it, man. That's great. That's cutting edge content right there.
I mean, look, you said Mingo. I mean, look, I mean, hey, that might be a pick for you right there. I don't know. I'd take him if I was you because he's somebody that's a lot of value on the board right there.
Dude, Panthers can be out of it by mid-season, man. Like, I don't think Adam Thielen and DJ Chark are going to too well with Bryce Young early on. And they're going to just start bringing Terrence Marshall and Mingo, the young guns, to see what they got.
I mean, I don't know. They gonna be good safety nets for him to start off with. I mean,
right. I mean, Bryce Young's an accurate passer for sure, and we'll see if they can still get separation. You know,
we gotta see how that goes. But I don't know. Like I said, I think they might be a surprise team as well because I mean, the Buccaneers. I don't know if they're going to make much noise because I'm sorry. Like, not trying to say he sucked, but I've never been a fan of Baker Mayfield, and I don't think he's going to do anything with that team.
They're going to tank for Caleb Williams. I got a feeling, man. Todd Bowles wants to get Caleb Williams and start fresh. You know, he hasn't really had a chance to start fresh. He got Tom Brady in a final year, and then he has no. You know, he doesn't get a good enough first round pick to get a QB in this year. They're going to go for Caleb Williams, I think, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think Baker is really just a stopgap right now. They're like, okay, he was just the best of the rest available because I mean, that quarterback market. I'm surprised they didn't try to trade for Stafford, but then again, I don't think they want to take on that contract either.
They'll compete. They'll be a hard out. They'll play defensive and they'll be like trap game type of team. But yeah, I think they're going to be a last place team. Them and the Rams, man. I could see the Rams like just completely folding and trying to go for Drake May or something, you know, get a super talented arm thrower, man.
They're not going for no Drake May. They already got their quarterback in the future waiting in the wings already.
Stetson Bennett?
Yes, Stetson Bennett is going to be a game changer.
All right. Let's go. I'm down.
Get off my tape. Get off my tape, CHB. Get off my tape. Hey, I've been on Stetson. Listen, man, Stetson he's better than Brock Purdy. I said what I said. Look, I agree. With championship teams against Georgia when he's played Alabama in that great defense.
Yeah.
He's a quarterback that whatever you ask him to do, he might not be. And listen, even if he don't be a starter somewhere, he'll play 15, 20 years. He can go out there and win your games. He's going to take care of the ball. He's going to run the ball and slide when he needs to. I think he's a smart quarterback, and that's how you win games in the NFL. It ain't always about your athletic ability and your arm strength.
Agreed. I mean, I feel like Stetson Bennett is that quarterback. Like, that's their guy. They need to roll with him because he, like I said, proven winner, but I think he's going to make the right decisions all the time to put them in the best position to win. Versus, you might go for you said Drake May, but it's like if you got Stetson developing already, he knows the system. He knows the dude. He can throw the ball. It's not like he's old over the hill. He's not like a Brandon Weeden or nothing like that. He can win y'all games.
Agreed. 100%. I agree.
Mm-hmm. So at that point, why waste a high draft pick or get another? If you're going to waste a high draft pick, use it to another position, like improving the offensive line or, or improving the defense some more because, they know I can't even name a cornerback on the Rams anymore now.
Right. At least see how good Stetson is. Like, at least give him an opportunity.
Exactly. Especially since they got the other boy.
I mean, I don't see if it could hurt. Maybe let's say they tank and they decide to put in Stetson Bennett to see what they got, and he kind of turns things around or shows hope. So they keep him, but they still get Drake May because Stetson Bennett is a late round pick anyway, right? And decide to use him as like a bridge QB, try to cover their options or something.
But he's still young enough. I get your point. But I feel like he's still worth it to just let him be the number one guy. I mean,
no, exactly. I hear you. He was good, dude. His tape is good too.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you don't want to wind like the Titans with that situation they got right now. They draft a quarterback 1 year, Malik Willis, and then now they got Will Levis, and you don't know how that's going to turn out. Now they're saying,
and he could be. I mean, the Rams would love it if he turned out to be like their Brock Purdy, right? Like, because they run a similar type offense. Just throw it to the yak guy, throw it short, have him get all the yak yards. You know, they just fed Cooper Kupp a ton. I think they're going to do this with Cooper Kupp and breed Puka Nacua to kind of be the next guy up. But yeah, Stetson Bennett could be that Brock Purdy. He's just smart and knows how to get the ball to where it needs to be.
Agreed.
Right. But also, don't try to overdraft Drake May. If Drake May don't ball, then if he balls like a Trevor Lawrence, then you go up and do what you got to do to get him. But if he don't show me that, like if he have like a Jordan Love type last season, I'm not going to draft him there. I'm gonna
Right.
as a bridge quarterback and keep it moving. That's what I would do.
Okay, this is gonna be a little controversial.
Until I get my guy.
This is gonna be a little controversial, but not bad for last picks. You got Bam.
I love it.
But also, hold on, might have to double up a little bit here. There's a method to my madness here. All right, so
like that, likely you killed it. Like it. I love likely right there.
Exactly.
We just question that real quick. B Lake says my 10-man keeper league. I started with Chase Diggs, took Olave as my third. I think that he's that guy too, bro. Chase Diggs and Olave. I would rather have took Christian Watson. But listen, you could be right, man. I don't think he's a Cooper Kupp. Like Cooper Kupp is like kind of on the same size as him, maybe. I just don't think he's that guy. I think you taking. I think he could be a Tyler Lockett at best. That's what I think Chris Olave is a Tyler Lockett. And Tyler Lockett is good, but who's drafting him in the third round?
Yeah, but I feel like Tyler Lockett got a little bit more boom than Olave, in my opinion.
It could. I ain't gonna say I think he could be just as good as Tyler Lockett.
Yeah. Good point. You got a point. So, as you can see, the theme. What were we talking about before? The Lockett thing.
Likely.
Yeah. So I feel like that offense they're going to use a lot more two tight end sets because likely you saw that when Andrews was out last year, likely put up numbers, and they're going to definitely use both of them because why not? That's going to be like what the Patriots tried to do years ago with the two tight end sets, and the Ravens know they love their tight ends. Even though they got Odell Beckham and Zay Flowers and Bateman, they still are going to know to go to those two guys first. And that's going to be a crazy stack right there. That's what I was going for. As you can see, if you look at my team as a whole, there's I have different variations of stacks right there. I'm like, that just went by how the draft felt to me. That wasn't playing. That's just how the draft felt to me. I'm like, another stack? Okay, another stack. Like between, Kamara and Thomas, you got the Jordan Love and Romeo Dobbs pick. And I was kind of like, you don't want Dobbs. I was hoping you weren't going to pick him. And there we go. But then you think I Taysom Hill right here. He could be a wild card right there. He could throw touchdowns. He could throw whatever, depending on how Derek Carr play.
Right. That's why I'm not taking. I will take Alvin at the right spot, but that's why everybody talking about Kendre Miller. I'm not big on him. I'm not big on Kendre Miller. I think he's gonna be good, but why they paying Taysom Hill like $15 million? That dude's gonna get goal line carry. I wouldn't be surprised if that dude had 10 rushing touchdowns. With Alvin Kamara being out too.
Man,
they want to ease Kendre Miller in too. He's coming off that late season injury.
Oh yeah, right.
And he's young, dude. That guy is a really young. He's got a ton of potential. He's a dog. I think next season that's where all the hype is going to be for Kendre Miller.
Especially depending on what they do with Alvin Kamara, because I hate to say it, even though Kamara is one of my guys, he is getting up there in age, and he's not as explosive as he used to be, or not utilized like they used to be, and he might get traded, or depending on what this court case goes. That's a scary part. That was I got to think like I'm in a draft for real. Like that court case, July 31st. I don't know. That could be a 6-game suspension, or it could be a full season suspension because he was caught in 4K. So.
Right. I agree. Love that Evan Hull pick. Ninja, love it. That stack. I think Evan. Listen, man. That's why I'm not touching Jonathan Taylor. I'm not saying Evan Hull's gonna beat him out, but I worry about an injury. I just think Evan Hull is a really good player, and I don't know if Jonathan Taylor's just gonna get bell cowed out and have the upside with Anthony Richardson being his quarterback. And I don't know if this offensive line is as good as it used to be. So I would rather just try to get Evan Hull to get a piece of that offense in case he end up coming in late. I think that's a great best ball pick too. Also, you know, in case he's out a couple of weeks. Jonathan Taylor's not even practicing. That scares me too. So.
I missed that one. I thought he was practicing.
You know, he's not practicing. He's out with that. He's trying to let that ankle heal. So, guys, what we're going to do here, I'm going to answer these questions, and then we're going to break people's team down quickly, and then we're going to get out of here. So, let me answer a couple of these questions. Let me see. Josh Cone says, I'll let y'all in on the sleeper. I may be biased, but Miles Sanders is going to be a stud. What you think about that, CHB?
I can see that because the fact is they're going to use Miles Sanders more, especially for the rookie quarterback, because they don't want to put too much on his plate. Even though he looks good in practice, you still want to use Miles Sanders because he has nobody to really challenge him. That's going to be a lot of goal line touches easily. Especially, I didn't see this. When I saw Miles Sanders had a lot of touchdowns last year, even with Jalen Hurts playing. I'm like, okay, I missed that. How did I miss that? So if I know that's going to happen, they're going to definitely use him in Carolina, especially with Frank Reich as the coach. He's going to want to protect the rookie at all costs.
Right. What do you think, Ninja?
Yeah, I wouldn't draft Miles Sanders personally. I think he is a sleeper though, because just volume alone. But you know, I feel like the Eagles maybe saw something they didn't like with Miles Sanders. Like maybe he wasn't taking advantage of all the opportunities they feel like in the best way that he could have. So maybe the Panthers start to realize that and they start making it more of a timeshare as the season goes along because they're not getting enough explosiveness from the run game. But you know, I used to be a Miles Sanders truther. I was so stoked for him going on to the Eagles and you know, him peaking last season. But you know, the guy fumbled the ball like twice in the Super Bowl. Like the guy, maybe he isn't like that dog, but he's going to be given the volume, you know.
Right. But the thing about it with Miles Sanders, who they really have to challenge him? I mean,
Right.
Hubbard. Wait a minute. I forgot Chuba Hubbard's still there, but even
Yes,
then, sometimes he has good games, but when he's playing bad, he's playing bad. But
yeah,
it all depends on the situation. But that's why I kind of say who they're to challenge him. But then again,
you're right.
Could go off. I was kind of surprised they let Foreman go because I felt like they should have kept Foreman with the Panthers because when he played, he did numbers. But we'll see what happens.
I mean, it almost makes you know, Bryce Young really appealing as a QB like streamer on some weeks because they're going to be passing a ton if Miles Sanders can't deliver. You know.
Right. So what I say about Miles, it's kind of like, and I don't want to put him in the same bubble with Chris Olave. I'm not saying he's going to be bad, but I'm not taking him. He's not explosive enough. Only reason why he got off last year, he was playing with Jalen Hurts and that great offensive line that they have. So to me, in the Super Bowl, I've been saying it. People don't understand it because I see football more as a coaching guy, which I love fantasy, and I think I'm a really great fantasy analyst. But I see it really good as a coaching standpoint. And when he fumbled, they took him out. I was like, "Yup, I don't blame y'all. You can't do that in no damn Super Bowl on the first play of the game. What is wrong with you?" So,
and you're supposed to be apparently one of their better players on offense.
Right.
Exactly.
That's why they benched him. Listen, you think they would have benched like Jonathan Taylor if he'd have fumbled 3 times in the Super Bowl? No, they wouldn't have benched these guys. But they benched Miles Sanders because they was tired of that shit that he was doing all the way out through the season where he wasn't doing little things that we couldn't see it as a fantasy guy, but as a coach guy, I could see it. So I'm not on Miles Sanders. I think Chuba Hubbard was getting better last year, and he had some really nice games. So I think Chuba Hubbard is going to push Miles Sanders. And listen, guys, that's running back money. That money don't mean shit. That's running back money. That cuts you. They don't care. Like, look, they cut D-Hop. I know they wanted to wait, but they didn't care nothing about that. They will, especially as a running back, they will cut you. That little $8 million, that's nothing to that team.
Mm-hmm.
So I like Chuba Hubbard. All right, let me get to this next question. He says, TD, where y'all live from, bro? Where y'all from, guys? I'm from North Carolina.
I'm Los Angeles.
I'm in Baltimore.
Right. Okay, Los Angeles in the house in Baltimore. Yes, sir. You ain't no Baltimore. You ain't a Ravens fan, CHB.
No, there's a story behind that, but I'll say that for another live. It'll be funny.
Right. Okay.
No,
okay.
you already know my team is.
Right. The Packers. Dollar Bill says I'm in Atlanta. Okay. And Josh Cone says Bennett is a sleeper. I think he's going to be a damn good player. He has Tom Brady mentality. He's legit.
I like that.
Yep. Bill also says Caleb Williams is coming home. The Redskins, his favorite team. What y'all think about that? You think Caleb Williams is going to go to the Redskins? You think the Redskins is going to do too good this year to get that draft pick?
I feel like they really believe in the kid Sam Howell. Like they see something in him where they like we want to give him the reins because I just see it, and then all other teammates are talking about him like he's just really that guy. And the fact that he got Bieniemy, once again going back to the Eric Bieniemy thing, he has a coach that's really going to push him to be a better overall player. And I feel like they may not win enough, they may not lose enough games to even get to that close. They might be. I just say if Redskins could be a close to being a playoff team, they could shock some people.
I agree. What you think, Ninja?
I think Redskins. I agree with that perspective. The only way I can see them getting Caleb Williams is, you just get your heart broken and what's his name? Howell gets injured in the season. Like he's doing well enough, and you're like, oh man, this guy could be the future, but he gets hurt, and they tank and they just take Caleb Williams and they try to figure out something, a trade for trade Sam Howell somewhere, maybe on his small sample of games. I could see that type of situation end up happening, because they didn't commit a lot to him, right? Like a 5th round pick, right? So
yeah, 5th round, yeah.
I agree. I think Terry McLaurin could get traded. That's just me. I don't have any type of stats to say he is. I just think that Jahan Dotson is the number one guy.
Totally.
You could trade Terry and get some other value somewhere because you can find wide receivers in every draft late, and then go up and get you a quarterback, like a true bell cow quarterback that they ain't had since RG3. Let me see.
Imagine McLaurin on like a Ravens or something like that.
Yes, sir.
That'd be scary. He would really be scary Terry.
Yep, Kansas City or somewhere like that where he got an alpha.
Please no.
Oh man,
how much help does Mahomes need?
Josh Cohn says Raheem Blackshear as well should get some more touches. He will. He get some. He gonna be getting like PPR satellite bat type targets. He will.
And Panthers are the type of organization that's not afraid to cycle through a bunch of running backs till they find one. So like,
agreed.
They signed a Tyon Evans as well, and he's like a really physically talented dude. So, but he's already been released from like another team. But you never know with these undrafted running backs. But they're the type of team that would probably give an opportunity to a guy like that.
Yeah, the Panthers will give opportunities to a lot of running backs. I will say that they have been consistent about that. That's probably the only thing consistent within the last 5 years.
Right.
And Josh Cole says, I disagree, bro, but let's see how it rocks. Sanders is a stud if used right. I feel you. I just don't think I think as a coaching perspective, he's not a smart RB type. I think he's a good athlete. I just don't think he's a guy that is an alpha. Because there's no way. Why would the Eagles let him go? Ain't no way where they would let him go because he didn't get that much money. I think they given what? Who they got? Kenneth Gainwell, all these other guys.
They got DeAndre. They traded for DeAndre Swift, and then they got Rashad Penny, which I think is a serious sleeper. And they also still got Gainwell in Boston. I think they got Gainwell in Boston Scott. I can't remember.
Yeah, they do. Which somebody might get cut, but we'll see, right? We'll see.
It ain't gonna be Rashad Penny.
Right. And Josh Cohn said, as long as we verse the head coach, Sam is quarterback one. Probably, but I don't think Sam is. I don't think Rivera is calling the shots no more. I think Eric Bieniemy is getting ready to be the coach in waiting. I think Ron has done his course. He shitted on Antonio Gibson. He misused Antonio Gibson, and it's terrible the way he did it. Because look at Kareem Hunt. Kareem fumbled his first game, which was a rookie, and they didn't bench him. Antonio Gibson fumbled, and they benched him automatically. And I was like, that's kind of like too hard on your rookie. Like, come on, Ron. But
No. You know why Ron Rivera is all of a sudden complimenting Antonio Gibson in the offseason? Because Eric Bieniemy's walking on the field with him, and he's like, hey, man, this guy's pretty good. Mm-hmm. Look at him catching that ball. Wow, he's pretty agile. You guys haven't been using him too much in the past. Why not? Is he like, is there something not right? Right. And then Ron Rivera's like, I guess he is good. And then he's telling the press now, like, yeah, he's good. We should give him more touches.
Yeah. I don't know, and I hate to say it. It sounds senile the way that he's saying that, man, because he's been there, bro. He's been there on your team. So I agree. That's what's going on. He should be accountable, and I'm not going to never forgive him. I don't think he's a good offensive coach. I think he's a good team builder for the defensive scheme. But other than that, I don't think he don't know what's going on the offensive side.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, if you want a great example, look at the Panthers team that when had Cam Newton. Rivera was the coach of that team. The defense was top 5, but that offense was nowhere near close to anything.
Right. And my homeboy says, if I was a coach, I'll sign TD and Johnny Curtis. Yeah, that's my other homeboy. We played football together in high school. Yes, sir. Appreciate that, bro. He said Rivera saving his job. Yeah, but he might stand down. They might give it to Eric Bieniemy. If their offense get off, Eric Bieniemy is gonna get their head coaching job. If their offense be a top 10 offense, I tell you that. All right, so let's go over these teams real quick. What do you think? So CHB, we're gonna go over your team. Justin Jefferson, Mark Andrews, Lamar Jackson. I think you killed it. I wouldn't have did Mark Andrews, but I ain't gonna deduct you from anything right there. ETN, Aaron Jones, PPR satellite backs. You got Treylon Burks, George Pickens, and Michael Thomas. I love those 3 guys. They ain't upper echelon guys, but they definitely could be top 24 wide receivers. Definitely. Treylon Burks is getting a lot of targets. George Pickens is the alpha guy on his team. I'm not saying he's going to get a lot of targets, but he's the alpha. Michael Thomas, he's still on that team. You got to command him targets. If not, you release him or trade him. You're not going to have him on your team and not give him targets. Bateman, I don't know what's going on right now. I think he's a good pick, but we don't know how his injury is going to be. So I think that's a solid pick because you do got Lamar Jackson. Alvin Kamara is also can boom, but he's missing 6 games. We don't know when he's going to miss it. So if he's not with you down the stretch, that could kill you, like in the playoffs. Jordan Love, I love that as a backup quarterback because if he got potential, then you could trade him. You got Romeo Dobbs. That's another stat. Romeo can end up being the number 1. Kristen Watson is a deep threat guy. Romeo can get the alpha target, especially in a PPR league. And then you got Taysom Hill, who can be the running back goal line guy on the New Orleans. He's a special type of guy. He's a hybrid. And then you got Isaiah Likely, who could be the number 2 or number 3 wide receiver, depending on what Rashad Bateman got. So I'm gonna give your team an A-, bro.
I'll take it.
Yep, I'm gonna give your team an A-.
How do you feel about your team? I like it overall. I feel like that this team could win some games. I mean, I took some risks on some players, but I just felt like, like I said, when I saw Jefferson, like, okay, cool. I know there's gonna be a big run on wide receivers after I started it. I said, okay, a lot of my guys that I wanted were gone, but I said, all right, I gotta pivot a little bit. That's why I said, all right, let me take Andrews a second because tight end premium. It was like to me, he was right there. I would have been a fool not to like just take him and I had Lamar back to back. Like that's all together all year.
Totally.
And like I said, the next 2 rounds, the next 3, third and fourth round, sorry, 4th and 5th round, I believe, when I got ETN and Aaron Jones. Once again, satellite backs. I might not have all receivers. I was kind of going to go a 0 RB type thing, but then had to pivot. So I said, okay, well, I know ETN and Jones catch passes. Hey, it still makes up for it. And then I said, all right, let me go Burks and Pickens right there because I know they up and they on the come up. They could pay off in the long run, especially when it comes to the playoffs. And Kamara and Thomas, those are flyers. I'm like, you know what? High risk, high reward. Why not? And that's why I still took Bateman. Once again, low risk, potential high reward. Why not? And that's why I said, all right, let me get Jordan Love and Dub because in case Bateman don't work out, I got Dubs ready to go. So I have backups on top of backups. And the tight end thing, like I said, Taysom Hill, do it all type of person. Isaiah Likely, the only handcuff that's worth having to a tight end.
Right, I agree. Are you there, Ninja?
Yeah. I like this team as well. Like you said, you have backups to backups, so you got things accounted for in case, like maybe some I was really high on the Ravens last year. I had the Lamar Jackson Andrew stack last season, and I think I might have just been a year ahead. I think this may be the season they stay healthy the whole season. That would be nice.
Right.
I feel like this
value for Aaron Jones. I loved the value for Aaron Jones there in the 5th round. Especially if this is PPR, I think that's really nice. You got a top 5 possible QB, you got a top 5 possible tight end, you got a stud receiver in Justin Jefferson, and then you got good, you got good depth, man. So yeah, good draft.
Thank you.
I don't know. I don't know if I would have gone with since it's single quarterback. I don't know if I would have gone J Love, but I think since you have Aaron Jones, that's a good stack, like a backup stack for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you can see right here, there's a little theme right here. Like, Like in my other league, I call my team triple threat, and as you can see, I got a bit of a triple threat on all levels. You can see if you can catch that little theme right there.
Yeah. You got the
Right.
triple stacks going. Nice.
Yep. What would you give him What would you give him as a letter grade? B plus, B minus, A plus, A minus, C plus, C minus, or D minus, D plus?
I would say A minus. A minus. I wouldn't go extra QB. But that I think it's legit because Lamar is such a high risk, and you don't know if he's going to stay healthy. And Jordan Love can surprise. I mean, you got a backup plan, and if anything, you got good trade pieces for the season.
Yes,
There you
sir.
go.
I agree. You killed it, bro. I'm proud of you. I'm proud
Appreciate
of you
it.
because you
Appreciate
watched
it.
my channel, and
Yeah, learned a
you
lot.
got a lot of players. Yep. And you went on your own too. It ain't because listen. I don't claim to know everything. Your Pickens and Burks picks. I like Burks, but I'm not really high on Pickens. But I just still think that's a good pick for your team. So let's move on to the next guy. It's Chasen. Appreciate you being here, man. Hopefully you're part of the channel. You subscribe. But he went Jamar Chase. I think that's an okay pick. Jalen Hurts. I think that's you killing it. Najee Harris. I love that. Kenneth Walker, I'm not gonna say that's a bad pick. I don't know if I would have took him right there. I think Pete Carroll's gonna let the best player play, and that could hurt you. He could be just letting guys getting certain snaps and certain series, and I don't want to play that game. I want my guy getting carries from the beginning of the season, and ain't nobody taking it. So that's the only thing I say that. D Hop, I think D Hop is gonna be good, but at this point, if he goes to a team where he's trying to win a championship, maybe he's not alpha targeted. If he goes with Travis Kelce, maybe he's solid. Maybe he's not a top 5 guy. Maybe he's just a top 12 guy. But I still think D Hop is a good player. I love that Connor. I actually like Connor better than I like Kenneth Walker. So I love the Connor pick. Michael Pittman, I'm not that high on, but I still think that was a solid pick. It was good. I love Pat Freiermuth, Juju in the 9th round. I think that's solid. Juju is the number one, the most trusted player on that team. Damian Harris, that's a goal line guy. I don't know how many opportunities he get with Josh Allen there, but he is a goal line guy. Cortland Sutton, and I say this with all due respect, I think that's a terrible pick. That's just me. I could be wrong. I think Cortland Sutton might get cut. I think that's why they drafted Marvin Mims. They say Tim Patrick is balling, and I think Jerry Jeudy, if he stays healthy, is going to be really good.
Hey, so I'm going to cut out a little bit early. I'm gonna highlight y'all. Good play, guys.
Yeah. All right. Sorry about that, guys. So I would.
Peace out, man.
I would probably give him. What would I give him? I give it a B minus. What you say, Ninja?
Let me look at it really quick. Who's his second tight end there? Higbee. Interesting.
Yep.
I think he started out strong, and then he definitely took some big risks. I don't know if I would have gone D Hop there. I understand he may be going to a big time team, but I think there was better value in that area still than D Hop. Even though D Hop's been a stud, I just don't think he's going to get the same amount of targets that maybe some of these other guys around that range are going to be getting who are younger and ascending. I love James Conner's value there. James Conner, I like the Michael Pittman value too, but I still think Michael Pittman might be he's a really high risk. You don't know, what that chemistry is going to be like with Anthony Richardson for the ADP. But if this was if he was with a regular quarterback that we knew has like a 65% accuracy completion percentage, Michael Pittman at that ADP is tremendous value. So,
agreed.
Yeah, I would say this is like a B team, B minus. Like you need some things to break your way. I don't see anything that's like wow. I see a lot of safe picks.
Right. Me too. All right, moving on to the next team is Cooper Kupp, Josh Allen. Let me see. Let me just go down and look at it. Samaje Perine, Godwin, and Higgins.
Like Damian Harris there too is like the Juju Smith-Schuster and Damian Harris pick. Those are like really safe picks. Like, yeah, they can get you consistent amount, but I don't know if they win you a week or anything like that.
Right. And this next team here, T. Higgins is okay. I mean, you got him in the 4th round. I guess that's good value. You got Godwin. I guess that's okay. The quarterback. and then some more GP Ryan. I give this team another B minus, C plus. What would you give the next team?
All right, I'm looking it over. Who are his two quarterbacks and two tight ends? I can't read it there. Josh Allen and George Kittle, and then I don't know, dude. That's the one thing that would. I think I would have made this an A minus team if like I don't know. I think in the single quarterback league, you just ride it out with Josh Allen and then play waiver wire if he fails you.
Right.
I like the tight end picks in this tight end premium. I think Sam Laporta is pretty nice. I don't like the Rashee Rice pick. I don't mind the running backs. So this is kind of like a B. I would say B plus team. Could have been A minus.
Okay. Right. Okay. Bam. B. John Robinson, Devontae Adams, Josh Jacobs, Amari Cooper, DJ Moore, Dalvin Cook, Jackson Johnson. And let me see. You got John Fingo, Bryce Young, Jalen Hyatt. I give this a B plus. I'm gonna give this team a B plus, A minus.
He's really going towards he's really going towards the fear with the Las Vegas Raiders right here, getting Devontae Adams, kind of dropping in value, I guess, and Josh Jacobs here. He's really going towards everybody kind of just overreacting to the negative. Yeah, I would say this team's a B plus. Yeah.
Next,
I like the mindset. I like the mindset of trying to like zig while everybody is, scared of these players. They're talented as hell.
Yeah. You got a good team. I'm just trying to judge very hard. Let me see. You got Tyreek, Tony Pollard, Brees Hall, Watson, Mike Evans, Javonte Williams, Octane. I'm gonna give this squad a B. I don't like the Brees Hall pick. I would have took Olave as my my second wide receiver off the board, but that's me. I'm gonna give this one a B minus, C plus. What would you give this one? This team, big pickles.
Yeah, I am a Brees Hall guy, but I think outside of that, like, who's his QBs again? Who's his QB again? I can't see the screen. Oh. Did I get kicked out?
Okay, guys, sorry about that. I think I'm.
Yo, my bad.
No, that's fine. Share screen. Gonna go through this, kind of get through this quickly. Okay, there we go. Now, what were you saying about it? Can you hear me, Ninja? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get.
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay, what you say?
Yo, sorry, man. My reception's bad. Let me find a better place.
Right, you good. So, guys, going on to the next team is Blake Carter, is Travis Kelce, Water, Joe Burrow, okay, Ridley, Madison, Swift, White, Chatham, Addison, Odell Beckham. Okay, that's okay. Rashad Penny, Elijah Mitchell, Michael Mayer, Jared Goff. I'm gonna give that a B. I'm gonna give that team a B. That's a good team. I like that team. I like the Waddle, Burrow, Ridley, Kelce. You got Kelce. That's the number one tight end premium. Madison, Swift, White. you're going to want a running back, out of those guys, somebody's going to be a top 12 guy. I mean, you got Madison by himself, you got White by himself. So one of those guys can hit for you. You got Jared Goff for trade value in case he's really doing really well. Yes, I'm gonna let you go, Josh. So yeah, I get
Yeah, I'm watching. Yeah, I think that running back room is interesting. I think that I don't know if I would have drafted. I'm not a Madison guy, so, but I like the other running backs in that room. I think I would have even just just swung for the fence there. Let me see who's the value around there. Like, I think he let Aaron Jones go by him, or no, Aaron Jones was picked before him. Let me see. Who's the other running backs next to him there? Damian Pierce, I think I would have taken over Madison.
Yeah.
I think I would have gone Damian Pierce there.
Right. And let me see, 6'7", 6'6". Yeah, but I think he got a solid team. I like the Water and Ridley and the Travis Kelce hit. I like that. All right. My team. I think my team is a B. I give my team a B. It was tough in the middle of being in the middle of the draft. I couldn't get the guys that I really wanted. I was getting sniped. So that's why I actually did go Daniel Jones, because I thought I could be able to get some value. I actually think Daniel Jones could be a top 5 quarterback this year. So I got him for some trade bait in case somebody need a quarterback later. And I may be able to trade him for a nice piece. And I think maybe Titans because it's Titan premium. And I feel like the guys that I drafted, I want to focus on. So what would you say about my team? Don't be nice, be critical.
No, yeah, I think for tight end premium, yeah, this is like a team that you're just trying to get the value, and then you're going to do some trades later on in the season. You're going to be moving some people around,
right.
So
right.
In terms of that, like in terms of the value of the players and like where you're taking them, I'd give it a B minus, just because you would have to make a lot of trades to make this work. I think the depth at running back is a little. Let me see who you got at running back here. We got you went with Damian Pierce. That's solid. I think. Did you get Gibson there? Is that Gibson? Nice. Who's the other running back there at the bottom?
Ezekiel Elliott.
Oh, nice. Yeah, dude, I feel you, man. Like taking some of these veteran quarterbacks near the late or veteran running backs at the end rounds is a pretty good idea right now before preseason and season goes underway. They're going to get playing time. They can still play. So yeah, I would give it a B if you're able to make some good trades. I think you got a good start there. I love Amon-Ra and Mahomes. Like you got just such a solid foundation there. DK. You got players that can hold it down for you, but you're going to make trades with like that second half of your roster.
And that's the only thing I can do, man, because it wasn't really any value. So, like I said, but sometimes you got to just get with the best on the board. I get that team will be too.
Dude, most of the times the teams I draft are never the teams I have at the end of the season. Like a couple or 3 players from my draft end up staying the whole way most of the time.
Right. I'm not a big trader, but I will make a trade. And this team like this with all this tight end value,
or waiver wire and stuff,
Right, I agree. Also, I think this is a tight end year too. I think the tight end scoring is going to be up this year. I really do. I think it's going to be one of the biggest years we've seen in probably 6 or 7 years from the tight end position.
I agree with you. I think we're going into the Chiefs and the Patriots and their dynasties, especially when when the Patriots had very high-powered offenses. The tight end was like a number 1 receiver for them, and then now we're seeing the tight end being a number 1 receiver for the Chiefs and their dominance in winning. And Gronk had to come back for the Bucs to win in that Super Bowl as well. So you're seeing like you have to have a legitimate threat at the receiving tight end position, and that's what I think the Bills realize. They're trying to copy the Chiefs now, and they're going, okay, we're sick of like not being able to make it to the Super Bowl, and this team, our rival, basically does. We need to, if you can't beat them, join them, copy them. So they get Dalton Kincaid,
Right, I agree. They call him Baby Kelps. Next one is Christopher first pick. That's running back. First, yes, Justin Miles Sanders. But you got Lockett, you got Deontay Johnson, but he has been an alpha hog the last couple of years. Jamal Williams, I don't know about. It's a lot. Wandale Moore, and you got Everett. I can just be minus. I give it a B minus.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to get up out of here because my internet, I think my internet is acting funny. So we're gonna try to do this very quickly and just go through the teams. So next team, Zach Seaman, I think you killed it. I think you have, in my opinion, I'm gonna give you an A. I'm gonna give you the best squad. I think he has the best squad in my opinion because I like those players. He snapped a lot of my players like Gibson, Cook, Dotson, Waller, Nick Chubb, Gino, Nico Collins, Hubbard, Alec Pierce. I mean, I think he killed it. What do you think?
Who are his tight ends? He got Waller
and Okonkwo.
I think Okonkwo. Yeah, no, I actually like this team. Yeah, I think. Let me see. Who does he have? Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Who are his QBs? Who's the Geno Smith? Yeah, man, this is a great team. I like this team. It's just really well filled out. I mean, you can get into differences with the last few picks there with like Chuba Hubbard, and I mean, I would like a little bit more running back depth. You got Nick Chubb, but I don't know what else you got after that. Like you're hoping a lot of things are going to break your way with James Cook and Antonio Gibson and Chuba Hubbard. But outside of that, I would say that's your only weakness is the running back. But I like this team. Yeah, I would say, I'd say an A minus. I don't think it's perfect. I'm not too big on Nick Chubb this season. I loved Nick Chubb in the past seasons, but I think they're going in a different direction this season. And Nick Chubb is getting a little old in the tooth, so I don't know if they're going to run him down as hard. They might manage him if they have a playoff chance.
Okay, we almost done. We just try to get through this. Okay, guys. And then the last
Yo, bro, I'm gonna head out because it's cutting in and out so much. But I'll be in the chat. Shout out to you. Thanks for having me on, man. I have a YouTube channel. I'm trying to grow my channel as well, and been watching you for a while, man. Thank you so much.
Yep, man. Hopefully I can come on, man. Invite me. We could come on and do some lives together. Thank you, bro. You have a good day, man.
Peace out, Fantasy Good. Adios.
Yep. So, yep, guys, and let me see the next team: Eckler, Derrick Henry, Debo Samuel, Keenan Allen, Terry McLaurin. I think that's a solid team. I'll give this team a B minus. And let me see. I like your team. Jonathan Taylor, Jerry Judy, Brandon Cooks, Anthony Richardson, Zay Flowers. I'm gonna give it a solid B. I'm gonna give it a solid B. I could say B plus. I like that team. Yep, no problem, bro. And underdog, Saquon, Diggs, Mixon, Herbert, Ingram, Lazard, Mooney. I give this one a B minus, C plus. So we, like I said, we just trying to project, so we can't really just say it's bad because any of these players can hit. So I'm gonna give it a B minus, C plus. So guys, I'm gonna get ready to get out of here. Thank you everybody that's here. Yeah, he said give it a B. Yep. Yeah, but I think it's a B plus. I'm gonna give it a B plus, bro. I think that's a solid team. Yep, no problems. All right, guys, y'all be safe. I'm gonna get ready to get out of here. Peace.